Look at that. Looks almost factory. Love it. Alright, that was pretty tedious and ugly, but it's in. I did the English wheel on the long part. This one came out perfectly flat. Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. James here. So glad you came back to the shop one more time. Check out the bus. We got it on its side here and working on the undercarriage, the final little bits so that I get some paint on this thing. In this episode we're going to be throwing on some, what the hell is it called? Hard spot, hard something 102. It's around here somewhere. Because it has been a few weeks since we've had the bus sandblasted, and I've been concerned about rust, little surface rust, flash rust starting to start. So this HoldTight, I think it's HoldTight 102. I'll have a link in the description. It's supposed to help stave it off for 72 hours outside in high humidity. So inside the garage, air conditioned. I'm controlling it with the air conditioner. I'm keeping my humidity below like 50%. So anyways, if you're interested in this bus project, stay tuned. Let's go. All right, so I took the liberty to prime all these areas here that are going to get covered up with sheet metal, and I primed with weld-through primer the back of this panel. I'm going to start welding these in. This one actually goes like that. So this guy's going to go just like that. Look at that. Looks almost factory. Love it. So I'm using this Seymour weld-through primer on any of these panels so like along this edge here, and then, you know, the back side of this, and, you know, along here, so that we can get a little corrosion protection in between the layers. Alright, so this is probably the most tedious part of this thing, this restoration. Is fitting these floor panels in. What a pain in the ass. Spot welding, I'm going to put holes along here, but then I got to weld up the whole length there, which I prefer to TIG. You can always MIG weld it, but I'm going to go ahead and drill these holes down in the bottom of the rib. That's going to be for a spot weld. Alright, inside the bus here. So fit up on these panels, any kind of panel, but this is actually a good panel to learn and practice on, because you don't have to do any hammering and doweling and stuff. So it would kind of be a good intro before you got into any exterior panels where you're working on body surfaces, as far as butt joining each panel. But you want to make sure that your panel, you know, fits in real nice with a real nice. For these, I'm going as tight as possible. Sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a gap, like a 30-second gap, to allow the metal to expand. And then I also pulled this panel up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here tacking, and I'm going to hammer these down so that everything is nice and flat. Looks like I got to trim a little bit more up over here. Maybe hammer that edge up a little bit. And we'll be good to go. Alright, that was pretty tedious and ugly, but it's in. You guys know what my TIG welds look like when I'm at the bench and everything is perfect, but this kind of welding, I hate it. You're basically just laying on a bunch of tacks, and you're getting burned through because the metal's thin and the old spots, obviously it was rusty here, and so you think you got it all cut out, but then you hit some little spots, and so you're filling holes, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I'm not going to grind this or anything because it's all getting covered with sound deadening and flooring and stuff, so I'm just going to leave it just like that. Alright, so I'm working on these two inner wheel well pieces, and I just ran this one through the bead roller, but I did something a little different on this one. I did the English wheel on the long part, and then I did the hammer on the ends, and it seemed to work a little better. This piece is looking pretty flat still by doing the pre-stretching, and then I don't get all of the little dents. Not that any of that matters in the long run, but anyways, thought I'd share that. So I still got to put it in my little press piece to get the end of this. So you can see just the bead roll, the way they end, it just doesn't look good, and then the panel is all distorted there, so by pressing it with the little die thing, it works better. Alright, so this one's finished. This one came out perfectly flat. You can see I really didn't mess with it at all. I just put the bends on it. And this one is convex a little bit. When you do the bead roll and the bead is going down, the panel will usually crown this way, like this. And so I probably overstretched it, over-wheeled it here, and it actually went the other way, it bowed up. So I'm going to have to hammer all this down a little bit. So this panel, I overdid it. That one was just about perfect. If you really look close, you can see all kinds of wiggles and waggles and stuff where it's, you'd have to body work all this stuff, but that's how it goes. All right, here's today's work. My inner fender panels. And this is all I made today, was these guys, and the rest of the day I spent welding in the other stuff that we did yesterday. Alright, here's today's work. Got the floor patches in, both sides, and then these panels, made that panel. And that's it. That's all day to do that, which seems kind of crazy. But I've been here since about 10 today, and it's 6 o'clock. Alright, so we are going to roll the bus back on its side and finish up these belly pans. That's what we've been working on today. What's up, guys? So my Christmas vacation is over, and I did not get as much done as I wanted to on the bus. So I'm going to be spraying on some of this HoldTight 102. Let me switch this. And so the bus is still sandblasted, and so this is what they sprayed on after they did the blasting. And I'm going to spray another good coat at the 50-to-1 ratio of potable water. And I guess reading about that stuff, it washes off any salt deposits, mineral deposits, and slightly degreases, and then it will hold it outside in outside humidity for 72 hours without flash rusting. And I'm in here in my air-conditioned garage, so hopefully that will do the trick and give me another couple weeks here to finish up my rust repair, because I got spots like this still to do, and I got a spot right here to do. But we're making a lot of headway. We fixed this part of the frame yesterday and making different pieces, but lots to do here still. So we got the inner rockers in. We got the other rocker on that side all done, and I'm ready to put the belly pan on. This is the belly pan for the top side here. It's ready to go on. And since the body drop, I had to bend these up a little bit, and because these normally sit at kind of like an angle, but now they're going to be sitting flat. So, and then we popped in a bunch of holes, so I got to sand these down. And then I'm going to prime. My plan is to prime in these areas once I'm ready, and paint them with some Raptor liner inside the holes here, and then I can weld in the belly pans and be done with that. So. All right, at a 50-to-1 ratio of this, I'm going to do 2 gallons in my acetone sprayer. And so that's only 2.6 ounces per gallon. So I'm going to throw some in there. So we need about 5 ounces. All right, a little extra won't hurt. All right, so I rigged up this little filter thing that's for paint guns. I'm just gonna blow it off real good. I don't want to be blowing anything from the old compressor up there on before I spray on my HoldTight solution. So I'm gonna do that. Spray her down, get on, because there's sand. Like, look at all this sand here. When we rolled it on its side, there's still sand coming out from the sandblasting. So. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry. Seems pretty crazy to spray basically water on sandblasted metal, but like you can see here, this panel we made, where just the oil from our hands probably got that panel rusty. And we definitely don't want these panels getting rusty, so I'm gonna let this dry. I got a little bit more in there. I'll probably spray a little more on it, and once this dries up, and it says to hit it with the blower, so I'm gonna blow it again with the leaf blower in about 20 minutes just to get any pooling off. And that'll be it, I guess. All right, guys, I hope you are enjoying all these episodes on this bus build. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. I've been here busting my ass trying to get this thing done. Got all the rear suspension stuff done and a bunch of metal patches and panels and whatnot. But lots of episodes coming. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You know the drill. And catch you at the next one. Peace.